ya kiri ala ndị mmụọ ka gozie gị ị ga-ahụ Biafra onye sị Biafra agịda abịa agịda Biafra onye sịkwa Biafra ga-abịa ọ ga-ahụ Biafra ọ wọkọ n'oge o nwere ndị bụ ụzọ bido n'ala atịkpọrọ anyị mana anyị chọrọ iji iberibe anyị our selfish interest forgetting that there are many other generations to come after us for us to review only the director of Biafra wey enter Biafra ema owu wukutu then for the river egwuregwu nka then ga prison adadu ụlọ ya onye na nka ọnwụ si ga-emegide then kama Biafra megide abịa kama si ga-esi mbụbọ ọ bụ ọfọ n'otu ha dị ihe ọrụ niile na-ekwere ma ewe maka bi ma ego dara Psalm 97 ebe o Chineke na ebe oge mmadụ wee okike ebe otu mkpọkike adị amaghị na mbụrụ ebe oge mmadụ wee na mmadụ nke ụwa na-alaghị na mmadụ nke ụwa na-agharịpụ ibu chikere niile kere eke nna m ebe oge mmadụ papa m okwu na niile okezi okwu
So just hold on, I'll come to you. Hold the line, I'll bring you in. Somebody is talking.
Let China
Thank you.
stay in their place. Let America stay in that. Let every nation stay and worship their own God. And let us worship our own God. And start calling him Allah. You don't call him Olua. How? You can call him God. We can't put Kazam. Now listen, Biafra. Go to Good News Bible. The Deuteronomical and the Apocrypha. Some study that introduction before the map, before you get study very well. Then you know who you are. We are the people of the book. And listen, Jeremiah chapter 22, very, very important. And the first Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 39, very, very important. Every verse, very, very important. But people of the east, and the not for the south of the east, all the whole powers of darkness, all the east, all the if we don't embrace our leader now and thanks for this system that call themselves very carefully, do you know that they took oath? Do you know that Nigeria is old? Exodus chapter 7 and chapter 8 of Musoluno. No one over internet to follow more, but after any other man just be my way, whether come cut away some days to go to Kabiama. Let's get down to Coachella, but that plan. Go to where I'm sitting at the teacher because I alive. What up to the Biafra get out there? Then go to the member to no one other than the cano. Upon the dam of the Henelo. Oh, the work. Oh, you could tell you could tell the mention. It's time to have a job. I want to limit over. Oh, Nila. Oh, Bravo, no need to call her. Because you shot you. Oh, I can't even come away. I'm also like to get again. Matthew chapter 21, that is coming back. I am fatally. Just as you know to lose. Oh, when you start that down, Maccabees chapter 2. That's like very, very important. Just study it. That's like the gorilla. Ekabush. Let us but a cat. When you die, I'm not down. I'm not right. Already, you have so many things with the church for Papa Harry. You should have that attack to the very flexible.
Thank you, Master. Round of praise.
Exodus chapter 7 and chapter 8. That's why the people like the people like this.
All hail Biafra. Thank you very much. All four. Thank you. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, thank you for holding on. Your name and where you're calling from.
I am Azoka. I'm calling from Aba.
Welcome to the program.
Okay. I want to salute our leader, Mazinan Dekano, and I want to salute his deputy, Uchemefo, and I want to salute all the principal officers and the people of Biafra. And again, I want to do respect and honor and solemnity. I want to remember all our fallen heroes, the Itama class of 67 who died on the battlefields to secure us a future today. And then I want to thank all that have lost their life. Current push and drive for restoration of sovereign state of the kingdom of God on earth. Thank God for all of them. I pray may they rest in peace. And may they continue to really rest in the bosom of the Lord. Mazi Jonathan, I want to appreciate you really good. And you have done it in a clear way. The analysis, the information, the research, which is great, is beyond what the Europeans and the whites can do. We are blessed that God gave us people like you to really dissect the fundamental issues with this hopeless and satanic contraption called Nigeria. And I want to encourage to keep it on. And then I want to suggest something a little. I don't know if you permit me to do that. Hello?
If it's something that is worth saying, you go on. I don't know what you want to say. If it's not something.
Such an analysis like this, I would like it to be repeated maybe in morning program. I don't know if it will go against protocol of Radio Biafra operation, but a deep analysis like this, it's an eye-opener. Nobody that listens to this analysis, even if it's the ACT Nigerians, one Nigerians, even the core white people that listen to this real in-depth analysis, they will think twice. Honestly, if it will be repeated often, at least once in 2 days, once in 3 days, yes, I want to believe it will go a long way to persuade people to see our perspective and to subscribe to our position that Nigeria is an unnecessary burden that cannot be borne anybody. So this is my humble suggestion.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And your suggestion
God
is
bless
taken
you.
into consideration. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
And you too. You know, whatever we are saying here, whatever we are, our leader have been saying this. We are only, repeating. There is like in the Bible, when there is one place, if I could remember, where they give the parable of one man when died and went to hell, and he saw Abraham, and he was telling him, "Oh, can I go back? Please give me another chance to go back and talk to my people so that they can repent." And he said, "There's no more chance." He said, "Even if there are people, there are prophets there talking to them. If they cannot listen to those prophets living as human beings, even if a spirit goes from the spirit world, go to preach to them, they will not believe." Is that? So people have been listening to this. We are just reiterating. You understand? So that is it. And there is something, please. It's not that it's I want to tell our people, if you call, please limit your thanking. I must be honest with you. The job is not yet done. You call us here, you give us your view. You can also make some analysis on what we talked about, because we cannot preempt thinking. Preempt is preempting. It's premature. You know, you give us your view so that we can also learn. That's it. So thank you very much. Caller on direct line, your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program. Caller on. Welcome to the program.
Hello, thank you, sir. Good evening.
Please.
My name is Isaac.
Go on.
Hello.
Go on.
I'm calling from Aba. Sir, I thank you for all what you are doing, sir. God will bless my leader, Martin Nandekano. All the work that he's doing for us, God will surely repay him.
You too.
My call this evening is to tell everybody that in the name of Chukwukikabiam, our God, Biafra must surely come. Whatever the Jews people are doing, they will just do it in vain. It cannot succeed. I want to ask, there is a music that has played. I don't know how we make this music to be playing for Radio Biafra. There is a music that has played, and I want to make sure, I don't know how we make this music.
Send it to inbox me, send it to me via this line you are calling. Is it WhatsApp? Okay, you are calling me on direct line. Send it to me via the WhatsApp number, okay?
Yes, but I have direct line. I don't have WhatsApp.
Okay, if you can play music, you should have WhatsApp line, please. If not that, there is no way I can help you, because you take the WhatsApp and you send it there. That is the only way. You cannot send the music through direct line. It's impossible. Okay. Try to upload it even in another person's WhatsApp line, WhatsApp number, and forward it to me. Now I can play it, okay? Or any other Radio Biafra platform, you can be playing it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Right, tomorrow I will try and send it through WhatsApp. I will try and find a way of sending it through WhatsApp.
Do that. Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you're calling from. No, this thing is reconnecting. I don't know why. This thing is reconnecting. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you're calling from. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp or not?
Yeah, let you go to that. God bless you.
Go.
Smart the reference here, no matter whatever anybody, no matter what this was. Our people don't know God.
Please start by introducing your name.
And lack of ability, but we have jealous, greedy, and ignorance. That is the problem. This is the problem of Ipob man. Greedy, envy, and the ignorance that I tend to carry them who bring Mazen Namikam. If not Mazen Namikam, we have God. Because we don't have anybody, Biafra or one, governor, to senator, all of them are vagabonds. From next to councillor to governor, all of them are vagabonds. Even traditional rulers, all of them are vagabonds. Nobody. Since 1960, somebody tell me that Igbo has not produced anybody to be a president of Islam. Oh God, that is when I remember
I begin to share tears and blood. That I tend to go carry them and who brought Martin that Nandikal. If not Martin Nandikal, or to go Martin, then I come to tell you they are for me.
So your connection is not good. I mean, your voice is going out and coming in. So
some people, yes.
no.
When but Biafra
I cannot continue with the call.
already. God bless you. May have bless you. You don't know. Nobody will stop you. Thank you.
Maz, you can call us back because it's not good. You're talking and people are not understanding what even I'm not understanding what you're talking. Talk less of people listen. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu. My name is Kinsilo Zibo, calling you from Mo. My brother, Igbos, they talk in proverb, they say, Asoro ma, Yamara, Asukwano feke ishi no he. Akwai my brother. Your topic this morning, or this evening, this afternoon, anywhere Biafra is listening. My brother, you have done a great job. I mean, this is not we are premature. Biafra, we must Biafra, honestly, with this clean heart and the emotion, the vibration that coming out, even the callers, even the presenter, even the listeners, Biafra is already here, my dear brother. People calling thank you, my dear, I wish them good and acknowledge them. We must get Biafra or death. That is why you see people thanking, honestly speaking. Mazi, you have put every places that this thing hook. Now all the whole hook is falling, all your topic this night you have pushed everywhere. But there is one part I want to talk about the immunity covered the state governor and his deputy to own house in Abuja and the deputy will own house in Lagos and with one car. Honestly speaking, such a house can worth $1 billion. That is one house. Such a car can worth $3 billion. That is one car. People are now, you get money from states. People are giving you allocation from that is Abuja you talk. You are not giving that back, they are doubling. You see, everybody should know that all the whole politicians you see there, they are beasts. They are lions, animal in form of human being. That is wild animal. So you people that are going close, anybody that are going close to these people, know that they will eat him raw. You will never come alive. This is what they are. They have already turned by their masters, all the way from the Westerners. And they don't know. Tell me, if you come from that Nigeria to Europe and seek a political asylum on them, why? Because they know, because it's their handwork. They are the ones that are sending them to chase you to come. Now you are coming. It means that the job they send you animal or gangster in that African called zoo is working. We need to organize ourselves and stop waiting for United Nations, honestly. There are many programs going around. People are the sponsoring of this kind of carnage and the genocide. And you people have been calling UN, come and help us. No, they are the one. The only one that even fighting a little bit and they even attacking them is Amnesty International. And they are doing their job. Watch from Ethiopian problem now. This is very bad for what we are dreaming. We must unite ourselves and know how we are going to face these demons. We call both the demons and those gangsters that at home, the agent of Lucifer working for them. We know how to focus them. Master Jonathan, I still thank you again for your program this night. God bless you.
And you
bless
too.
all the Biafra.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Caller on direct line, your name and where you calling from, Mazi. Welcome to the program.
Mazi, good evening.
Good evening from here.
My name is Mazi, my man Ugo Onejaka. Mazi, I am the national PRO of IPOB here in the United States of America. And I reside here in Washington, D.C., the capital of United States. Mazi, I am from Amibo. Amibo is in Olo. Amibo is the home of the tiger. And Amibo is the home of King Jaja. Mazi, thank you for all your analysis. And I thank God Almighty for Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi, I am extremely very hopeful that Biafra will be here at any moment. I am extremely hopeful. And I am using this opportunity to encourage our youth, to encourage Biafrans to remain resolute, to remain focused, and to have that determination that Biafra is here already. Because what you are fighting for is what every human being is fighting for. You are fighting for your existence. You are fighting for your freedom. You are fighting to live like a human being. And this is the only thing Nnamdi Kanu is talking about. No matter how people will see it, what Nnamdi Kanu is talking about is for you to live like a human being that is created by God. Just like we are here in the United States. When I check on the analysis, then I can correlate it to what is going on in the United States. You have 50 states in this country called United States, and out of those 50 states, each state has its own constitution. Each state has, its own police. Each state just do everything independent of each other. And then there is a competition, and all the states are just every day, you have job, a creating job to see who can create more job than the other. This is how you're supposed to live. And then everybody is running to America. You come over here, there's a job for you to work. The only thing you have to do, you have to live like an American, you have to obey the rules, you have to pay your taxes, and then you will live comfortable. This is what Nnamdi Kanu is crying for. I want the youth in Nigeria to know that Nnamdi Kanu, why he have put his life at stake, is because for him to have a good life. Nnamdi Kanu has been in Europe, he's been in Britain. He's seen the good life that they have over there. And these people do not produce anything. They depend on our oil. But they are having good life. And this is the reason why we have decided, we the IPOB, I want the youth, I want the Biafran to know that the people who are the IPOB are not the ordinary people that Nigeria thinks they are. We have doctors, we have lawyers, we have engineers, we have nurses, we have teachers, we have all the professionals, scientists, all in the United States, outside the country, that is United States, who are members of the IPOB. So, believe me, they are, Nigerians, they are so confused because they don't know what is coming to them. But I thank God Almighty, because when I start thinking about when we started this, agitation, and where we are now, I am extremely very hopeful. And I thank God Almighty for bringing all the brains together just to do this. We are doing it not only for the Biafrans, we are doing it for all the Nigerians. And I thought they are saying exactly what we want before we are prescribed. And the youth have seen who is who now. Because there has never been anything that Nnamdi Kanu has said before. Nnamdi Kanu has never encouraged the youth to go and kill each other. Nnamdi Kanu has never advocated for any destruction of anything. The only thing Nnamdi Kanu is doing is just to hold these primitive, old, 419 politicians, to hold them. The people that have mortgaged the life of their children. The people that are eating, killing their children, Animal in the zoo cannot. Even an animal in the jungle can never eat, kill his children. Animals take care of their children. But one kind is holding these politicians, all these criminals, all these thieves who are killing you in everywhere. He is holding them so that they can do the right thing, so that we can have a decent life. The Lord that God wants us to have. This is why we are fighting this. And we will continue to fight it. Believe me, the nightmare that these people have, we are going to be the nightmare. That is the difference. We are encouraging the people, the youth of the world that have traveled outside and see how good life is. We are encouraging them to step up their game. We are encouraging the middle birth children, the middle birth youth, step up. God did not create you to be the way you are. The Southern Kaduna, the Zamfara, you are living in the camp that is a refugee camp today. When there's no war in your camp, they claim that you don't have war, but you have war. Your mother has been raped. Your sisters are being raped. All your family have been uprooted. Then you cannot go back to your village again. What is going on? You are living in the same Nigeria. Don't let them confuse you. Because the strategy they put in place was the strategy that they developed after the war. They use that strategy because they want to put the Biafran down. But now, everybody is suffering from the same strategy. That is the same strategy. The strategy of subjugation. They want to put the Biafran down, but everybody is suffering from it. The military they use to kill the Biafrans, I see the military unleashed that are now everywhere. What are they? Why are the military on the street? What are they checking on the street? Why? Everywhere. What are they? Why are the military on the street? What are they checking on the street? Why? Everywhere. What are they? Why are the military on the street? What are they checking on the street? Why?
Is another savior. Another savior. Holy, holy.
To people world, of which whatever you do is out there because it's not out there for people to see. And all the things that you have done is what is going to be used just to judge you when the right time will come. So my brothers, my mothers, the people, the Biafrans, please, I want you just to support me, Nnamdi Kanu. I want you, if you are back in Nigeria, I want you to go and download our IPOB community radio. Download the IPOB community because you're going to learn a lot of things. This IPOB community radio is the only avenue that God has given to you for you to listen to the voice of the reasoning. Okay? That is the thing. If not, if it is other television, other things, all those things are propaganda. They will only just camouflage anything so that you will not know what's going on in the world. But just go ahead, IPOB community radio. And if you happen to find yourself in the United States of America, I'm begging you to go to our website, and that our website is www.ipobinUSA.org. www.ipobinUSA.org. Thank you so much. God bless you. And God bless Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We must continue. I have a caller on WhatsApp. Mazi, thank you for holding on. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you're calling from. The whole world is listening, please.
Yeah, Maz Jonathan, good evening, sir, from here.
Welcome to the program.
My name is Maz Emeka. I'm calling from Indianapolis, USA. Maz, I want to contribute my little contribution to the program on what is going on in our land. And like every country that survived, every successful country, at least their leader do have time to do research, to know from the experience of other successful nations around the world. But this same zoo Nigeria, the same thing, none of them try to even do research. Like you said, there's a time in the European, they are living in the dark ages.
Come on. But they come up.
Mazi, what is happening? Are you there? Are you still there? I'm not hearing your voice. It's cutting.
Yeah, I have a committed.
Okay.
They come up with the new strategy that will make their country and their born generation to live a better life. But this same zoo, none of them even care. Like this useless one in the River area, call himself a governor. If we go to the north, the Fulani that just came to Nigeria in 1804, and be bound to the Sultan of Sokoto that is younger than him, then we come up in his own committee, talking to his own king anyhow. Is it that kind of place that will liberate a country, a nation, provide a good life for his citizens? No. And they will foolishly travel to abroad and be taking pictures. Happy in that abroad, that a fellow politician like them feel. Then they will come out and be still living that bad life. I will tell you that Nigeria will never work. Look at today soccer they play, football they play. Mama Nnamdi Kanu say Nigeria is going to be around the world. But look at it now. People score 4-0 in the first half, second half they reply. It's not a shame. It's not a sign that the country is now going to be fruitful again. The whole world are launching missiles. Even Ethiopia have missile launch. But Nigeria bring out nonsense thing they call themselves missile. One thing they don't have shape. That is the word part of it. And this time I see every so-called professor, pastor, and doctors that are supporting this evil government. A president that couldn't even bring out his highest secondary school certificate. And you see a useless people, instead of them speaking English on paper or on social media or TV station. Look at when I lost hope in Nigeria, anybody goes to the Nigerian court, say I must fight it in court. That person is a brain dead. What court are you fighting? A country that removed a chief justice of Onoge, a man that studied in abroad, and bring a Sharia chief justice, he didn't protest, and you are telling me you will fight it for court. But which part are you fighting it? These Fulani have portrayed every inhuman attitude. For me, nobody can convince that Nigeria is what of even be calling. I can't even watch their news. I can't even watch nothing. And people say they must fight for defend one Nigeria. What fight are you fighting for? A country. Look at the minister of food, NFA. Okay, Solomon Gala or what? He didn't even know anything pertaining football. Just because they put Fulani, they put in there. And this useless man called me says not an Igbo. The same thing that the son of this said to preach the Fulani, that is not the Igbo. Ibama Saba. But under 1 month, the Nigerian football is removed him from the coach. We get on our leader and swear for that. It will happen. Because I don't know how person will deny his own life. He only heritage just because of more money. And the soul of them fighting to that trap. Do they even know what they call the one word religion and one word order? That the so-called the so-called democracy that wants to instigate for them, Donald Trump is not good because Donald Trump will say he don't want Nigeria to come because of what? If you have foresight, a government will release a rebellion Boko Haram, and you want a foreign country not to stop that country not to come their land? Those reported Boko Haram, did you need to tell Trump that those Boko Haram will travel as a normal people to abroad? Because Donald Trump broke Nigeria, that's why he said he's doing. But Donald Trump is protecting that Ipob, Catholic Pope, that want to bring this world to an end. Like he said in Christianity. Like one pastor said his son in Germany pray in the bathroom and want to open a branch in France. His son went out the bathroom and see without passport, he now see himself in France, opening church in France. And he sees some professor. A branch in France. His son went out the bathroom and see without passport, he now see himself in France, opening church in France. And he sees some professor. In France. And he sees some professor. Two, three jobs for money, we'll give you the money, you go back to that pastor and so still there. It's a common sense. There's no fact, no job here. Okay, that's why poverty everywhere. That's why killing everywhere. But when you convert that church, just divide it to two, keep one at your church, convert one, and then employ my own family, employ that your member in that church. Within 1 month, Nigeria will change for good. And yeah, people will not say, they say he's not speaking good English, he's arrogant. Why would that be arrogant? Why would that be arrogant? A country that is not working, a country that their politicians cannot even talk in their mouth. Look at the whole world focusing in American election. Look at the way nobody have shoot gun, nobody have kill their opposition. They are going to court because they believe in their court, they believe in their system. But in Nigeria, which court want to go? Is it the Sharia court? Government protest, a sitting governor bring the tongue to come and fight people doing protest. Is there a country that people want to defend to be one Nigeria? Like you said before, this Bible we are carrying, people die, sacrifice for this Bible we are carrying today preaching to survive. That's why this abroad, this America didn't do no other one. This America, when you want to become a citizen, they'll give you some history of this country to study. Man, if you see people that are dying in this country people is coming to take selfie, speaking nonsense grammar. People that die in this country, innocent children, die to prevent this country. And yet, you see a Nigerian man saying no, the job is that good. It's not to Obama and Joe Biden is the vice president of Obama. It's not them that bring to Buhari this government. It's not their campaign manager. It is the campaign manager of APC. People are dumb. People are dumb. I am not a doctor degree, but I am very well informed on what is going on in our land. I don't need nobody to tell me that. It is not Joe Biden, big Sodom and Gomorrah say, gay, say it's good. The same Nigerian professors because Trump didn't allow your body to come here. And they didn't know that the Obama time they deport a lot of Nigerians than this Trump time. I'm angry, man. Thank you very much.
I know. Thank you very much. Thank you. We must continue. People, mostly Africans, Nigerians, don't like telling themselves the simple truth. I'm telling you. Because if they tell themselves the truth, they will really look at the fundamental issue. If they're telling themselves the truth, instead of dressing the wound, they should do surgery on the wound and clear it. But they are going on window dressing. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Welcome to the program.
I appreciate very much for your
Please, can you raise your voice a bit, please? Your voice is so low.
Okay. I said, first of all, my name is Chuku Mayenego. I'm from Umesh, Idato South, LGA. I love to
Welcome to the program.
So I'm coming from Germany. First of all, I want to appreciate you for your good work and at least you have just done. I live and it seems to be very wonderful. I think you appreciate it so much. I don't have much to say than to appreciate it and to ask little thing that is bothering me here. People are not but again, people, especially, when this thing started, we have been shouting this thing in Biafra for a long time ago. When they choose positions, they select people that will control several positions in Nigeria. They choose their own people, they choose planners to put them in the major positions. And our politicians didn't do it. They have been shouting this thing in this radio, in every year, in every platform. They have been shouting it, they have been crying, say these people wake up, see what these people are doing. And they don't want to wake up, or they don't want to listen. Because they are afraid of fairness. Because they don't want to say what they will say now, maybe tomorrow they will use police or army to vote or whatever, or they're looking for money, I don't know. These people are cowardly in nature. I don't know. They don't mean that these people are from evil, and I don't understand. Because what is happening is getting me so much annoyed. Sometimes I shed tears on what these people are doing. They are killing our people. They are enslaving us to the highest level. But did you know that if not that Muslim Bikani came, I wouldn't have known that these people are stupid. That there's very much stupid. When I was in Nigeria, I don't know that. I think people. I believe these people is maybe our leaders. I don't know that they are just stupid and coward in nature. They were cowardice. I don't understand this kind of people, this kind of human beings that call themselves politicians. What is wrong with these people? My contribution is nothing else is that please, this goes to our leader Mazin Namdekan. If he can, it's not that I'm telling him what to do, but if he can, leave these people, maybe stop calling their names on the radio, and go underground work to silence these people forever. Because if we continue like this, these people, they will continue killing us. They will kill us all. I am telling you, if they see chance to kill our leader when he was in Biafra lands, did they not attempt to kill him? They will attempt to kill him. Do you know how many people that have cases over we have been trying to restore Biafra? Do you know how many souls that have wasted? And these people are still living. Why are they living? That is my question. I said this in our radio. 17 was released. When our leader was released. So I said, let us go underground. I said, let us go underground, begin to kill these people. Because people, by 2017, killing these people by will come and tell the truth. If we don't kill these people, they will not go down. My brother, forget that. We cannot get Biafra for these people beef. These people put their life and Biafra comes. No, it never happened. At least when you kill one governor, or two governors, or three governors in Biafra land, other people will run away. I'm telling you the facts. This is exactly what is going to happen. Because if you don't kill these people will continue killing us. We will be slaves on the thing, what they will try to do again is to, is to do more worse than what they are doing now. That is the thing. Because you have been leaving them, you have been, making peace, let these people go. The more days comes, more these people become worse. They are demons. Because they, when demon use you start using you. You think you are doing the right thing. But when you give them the force they need, they will think twice and think like a human being. Say, oh, this thing that you are doing, it's like these people are waking up. You have to change our pattern. That is it. When one person, 2 people, 3 people go down, other people will learn a lesson. If they are just alarmed, they will shut up their mouth. Nobody even has their mouth again. If they run away, they will shut forever. Because when we trace them and kill them also. My brother, this is what I want to contribute. I said, let our leader please stop calling these people on the radio Biafra and stop giving stop mentioning the enemy first in radio Biafra and or telling them what you want to do to them. No, go secret work against these people. We have men that can do it.
Thank you.
Understand? Underground work secretly. Kill these people, 3, 4, 5 people.
Thank you very much. We have gotten your point. Thank you very much.
Just know that it's not will of God. I'm telling you. Because one person or 2 people die, other people will
thank you. I don't know whether you are hearing me. Thank you very much. We have gotten your point. Thank you very much for your point. But we are not going to do all these things on air. That is the thing. So, thank you very much. The issue is this. Everybody is entitled to his or her opinion. IPOB, we have our roadmap. That is it. And we are moving on. That's the way I will categorize it. We are moving on. I think I have another caller. Caller on what's up? Your name and where you calling from?
Good evening, Mazi Jonathan.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you for picking my call, Mazi. Mazi, thank you very much for all the analysis you have given to us. I remember Mazi Emmanuel. I'm calling from Paris. Mazi, I fully agreed with you by all these, some of our people who normally use the tribalistic tendencies to deceive some of our people. After studying these people that call themselves the tribalized people in the zoo called Nigeria, you found out that most of them are from Biafra land. And when you look at them, I qualify those people as when you come in this Western world, the only people that you can associate with this kind of people is all these kind of all these globalists that you see in these modern days now. All these globalists that normally think that from Europe here to the end of the world is where their power, their influence can go, and even though if that leads to the detriment of the citizens of their land, they don't care. And if you watch the descendants of those such people that has this global mentality, you found out that their fathers or their forefathers were traitors in their respective countries. You can never come out in this world and say that you are the tribalized person. If you say you are detribalized, how come that Britain vote to leave EU? How come that today we see somebody like Donald Trump who are campaigning for American first? Because he has discovered that for more than many years, that the world have do what? Ripped, and America has been spending money and paying for unnecessary things. That is exactly the same situation Biafrans are in Nigeria today. You see our people, the elite, so-called Fulani, all these Fulani administrators in our land, they will be telling you one Nigeria, to whose detriment? To us, to our own detriment. They don't even care if we are dying. They don't even care if our road or if our land is developed. They don't care. What they care is what their master said. That is the same mentality that all these globalists of today has from European countries. So if anybody that is telling you, I am a globalist, I don't care to because I can marry from, you can marry from anywhere, but that doesn't mean that you will not care and defend your own land. So if we see IPOB doing what we are doing today, if you see Mazen Nnamdi Kanu telling us what he's telling us, he is not telling us because we hate anybody. No, it's because our life, the one Nigeria is to our own detriment. They are destroying us. They are scattering our land, bastardizing our cultures, destroying everything we have. We don't have anything today in our land. And if you go everywhere in the world, you see our people doing well. But when you tell those people there in Canada, in America, that you tell white people that this person that is performing well in your country, in his own land, there is no road, no electricity, nothing is functioning there, they will not believe it. Do you see the problem we are having today? Master Jonathan, thank you very much for this very topic you raised today. Nobody, as I am a very, very tribalistic person. I am proud to be an Igbo person. Anybody that is telling you that he is not an Igbo is a foolish person, is a fool. How come that an English person will not tell you, I am not an English? How come that a Frenchman will not tell you, I am not a French? Have you ever seen that? Even in the zoo, Fulani will tell you, I am a Fulani person. Yoruba will tell you, I am a Omoduduwani, I am a Yoruba person. Then when you come and say, you are Igbo person, you will be ashamed to be seen or to be pointed hand. My brother, sorry is your name. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much, Mazi Emmanuel. Thank you. Thank you. Bless. Caller on direct line, thank you for holding on. Your name and where you calling from?
Mazi I am I am Chijoke from calling from Maryland.
Welcome to the
thank you very much, sir. The same idea I am seeing actually. Yesterday I took out my time to call some of my friends I know from the northern. There's one information they gave me pertaining this our people, Hanese and most people from the so-called Niger Delta. What they are telling us, they are telling me was that those my people are very bad because of positions and the promises people made to them. That's why they are telling themselves off. That if my people wants to survive, there is something they believe in. Let me just be frank to you. Those guys they are Fulanis. You know, there are some refined Fulanis. That guy married from Yoruba. His name is Adams. He told me that if my people wants to survive these people, they cannot stop until our enemies are not only Nigerians we are looking at. Our enemies are within us, and we know that. If we can devise a way of making these people to be afraid. You know that any money you collect from anything you collect from them, you cannot have rest of mind. You are not secured in Biafra land. If you do it, you know that traitors have no way to stand. Because what they are doing, anything they do, there are people who just come and all this. But they have to be afraid. They have to be afraid. They are really selling us out. What you are saying, my brother, is pure correct. What Mazina Nikalo is saying and you are saying is absolute truth. It is just for us to have a way of making these people either leave the land or be afraid or be uncomfortable in Biafra land. That's the only way they will stop. If not, they will continue be doing that and transferring it to their own children. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. We must continue. And let me bring in my comrade who came late, to also introduce himself and make his own submission in 10 minutes before I continue to winding down the program. Maz Jacob, are you there? Are you there?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. Mazi, I thank everybody who called from back from everywhere. I follow all because and get something we are the only the observe for this country. This Nigeria is not worth living. Nigeria, you're supposed to people supposed to live there because everybody and exactly what see the Fulani want people to behave. That's how they behave. They make people to behave like malu, behave like animal, behave like people who go to school. They call themselves intellectual. They go to behave like people who go to school. In the front of the family, people who never go to school at all. And they thank God, this will be Biafra don't come out. No, most people will learn every day through this platform. We read some from Facebook and all that. We learn every day. So this will be Biafra really help with the youth and those who understand. And some of your mic, you talk say this will be Biafra. Everybody they hear them. Forget say this will pretend say you don't hear them. I tell you. We are from the north now. I be woman. But because I was with the speak outside, I know what they talk. Even some Yoruba people, they only listen to them. Now this is everybody going. We couldn't understand say now so this will be the plan. Because the one way talk say no until we the Southernland we become one. That's when they will feel succeed. If not, this Fulani, they know what unity is. You know what's called unity. They know what is. They know how they work. No, be togetherness. They know what that means. When you are together, you have the power to fight. But if you are an individual, they don't want them. That is why they scatter everybody. They call you South. They call you Southeast. They call you Southwest. They call you this. The same people. But after that finish, they're going to divide the equal people again. Say you, like maybe I be a woman by tribe now. I'm a woman. That thing go has more our ethnic language they will speak. They will have general a one people will speak. But what they say, you this a woman, you say you be a woman, but this man say a woman, but this man our workman. In our workman, this man our worker chef, this man our NGB. So you can know one. Then we will begin to agree. When they call they will pick somebody from there, carry king, give them, carry money, give them. That man, the people will do what thing the Fulani want them to do. So, all I think is I really thank God for this platform, make all of us understand, make all of us open our eye to the next. So I want we the youth of this day, I thank God say we the youth of nowadays, we don't understand. And in this platform, really Biafra, it come when we need them most. Like this time I know we need them. We be say, come from when social media day. We could hear for Facebook, for everyone here. So now that I want to use 2 minutes, thank my people, all the media people, and the system of today on Facebook. They try to talk one to another on the Facebook, and I understand. We are coming up now with the middle bed. We are coming seriously. Now we don't open eye because these flying people. Why was in the letter I was taking to one Yoruba man. The man talk say people who are very wicked pass. It's like we the middle bed. So all the trouble that everyone is going through today, say we the middle bed and we cause them. Simply because we the middle bed, now we go school pass. Then now we they call the free as a pass. Because anything what they want to use, now flying is the wood can only use. Anything flying now they use of fight war, they use of fight the Igbos, they use of fight the Yoruba, and we use again fight ourselves. Then they call fight us again. This is the way they use, no, you go fight for you come fight them again. And the same time we go the mumu because they wait for the fight because they allow the fight us again. And you see the watch. So I thank God for this platform, and everybody is using this platform with the middle bed, with the open our eye, they go to open our eye, we don't understand. So the only thing we say we have to dance for all of us to work together with the Biafra, the Odudua, the middle bed, then the men outside of Nigeria. Them are coming up because now that fear we dey for our body, that fear with the whole loss. Now be the way this people they take advantage. And the thank God gradually we will come from the fear through this Biafra. We will teach us lesson every day, we learn every day. Then we begin to come, we understand, and we are coming gradually. So but the way this thing come up, I don't like them because it never come up rich. By now, I believe say by now we middle bed, we will going to come up, come shout. Everybody going to hear us. Whether it be Igor, whether it be from Gondara, or whether it be Kujiri from here, plus the Benin. By now, with the youth, it's not going to come out. Seriously, we should not complain, we should not fight. Our voice is not to hear. But we are waiting for a leader. If we are waiting for a leader, they can never do that because our leader, they are agent of the darkness, the angel of the flanny, the angel of the danger way. So I beg all our people, I don't get much to come today. If I come late, if I tell you what people the path for this country. Now there's no single road, there's no Nigeria, there's no single road in Nigeria, but whether inside town no, whether inside village no. Now as I speak now, they don't increase fuel money, they don't increase fuel. Fuel is about 170 now. So when they like it or not, we go buy. Something. So they increase money. Now everybody keep on going up, no control, no government, nothing. Everybody they don't say like if we can go and buy your market now, someone start 10,000 or 100,000, nobody will care. If you like buy 1K, so nobody care. Now no work say people they work, no salary for them, no salary. If they have no job, people don't get job, no salary. You will get job, you won't go work, no road. You will work, say you won't go buy food. To buy the food are problems. What kind of life are we living in this country? So the best thing, anything we feel bring peace and unity for this country is for this country make a divide. Everybody break, everybody go their own way. Everybody go manage resources. This one Nigeria evil. One Nigerian abomination. See the Fulani. They plan since 1902. They plan for a plan for Ahmadu Bello for the future. Ahmadu Bello and Joram. Ahmadu Bello called a plan for this Buhari now, and this Buhari, Fontua, Abakari, they go plan for them. Now this one, they call a plan for all this air refiner, this Malami. They plan for them now. That's the plan for the future go. What's very well? No any original Fulani man. What is say you see I'm saying they 40 years, say he never to where rich. But not rich. Simply because they make us become slave. Like one more talk say when a man talk say he never see where an immigrant he become a leader of a country. Come turn the whole citizens become a slave. So we the citizens of this country, I don't know what are we doing. Whether we sleep or we don't know. But even if we sleep, it's time for to wake up, don't come. Before if you don't want to talk, we don't get to talk. So we have to rise up now. Let's allow these fly people You should stop enslaving us. Though they are immigrants, they are not the citizens of the country. Now we, because we give us small chance, to come overtake us, continent upside down. So I thank you very much, Mr. Mazi, for giving this feeling to express myself, to mention my name and register my voice. I thank you once again. My name again, I'm Pastor Jacob. I'm a grown man. I mean, with the second of all, the president every day. Just have to go today. I come up for work. I don't go house. Go to no day. We don't trek. You go trek to your house. You go sell like 2 kilometers or 3 before you go enter motor. Road no day. So Nigeria is hell. I will tell you, nothing is good for this country. Nothing. So I thank you very much, Mazi, for giving this more opportunity to I thank you. I thank everybody who made this program be successful. Thank you. Let us go back to Thank you very much, Mazi.
Thank you very much, Mazi Jacob. Thank you. I have somebody that have been patiently waiting on WhatsApp who is also a late caller always, but he is there. Welcome to the program, Mazi. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Good evening, sir.
Welcome to the program.
How is the family, sir?
We are good, and you?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for working for us. Actually, not that I like calling you. No, I used to time when it will be easier to connect you. You know, it's not easy to scale through. Not intentional.
Okay, go on.
All right, sir. Sir, I want to speak concerning our Igbo so-called acclaimed leaders. Number one thing is that if you watch Zikiwe national character, I call it foolish national mentality. It was this nationalism that made we, the Southerners, or mostly Igbos, to fight for independence. We fought for independence, and the Northerner now have more power. In independence, they did not participate on to fight for. We always claim to be nationalists. At the end of the day, we become second class in what we fought for. Zeke and Coles even went to prison. They undergo so many pains, so many challenges while fighting for independence of Nigeria. What happened last? Northerners did not participate. They are the one now who received the highest position to independence. Zeke now, who fought for
another great leader has risen up now. And it's leading the Biafra to victory.
independent, become a ceremonial president with no power. Why? Because of nationalist mentality of our people. What led to death of this man from nowhere, Agironsi. Agironsi died foolishly out of this nationalist mentality. Nationalist mentality have never favored Biafrans, have never favored the Igbos, never favored us, never. We fight for something, they end up demonizing us to become third class. What led to Agironsi death? Agironsi brought Northerners into government to bring just to balance power in government. What happened later? The same people he brought in order to show balance in government affairs, put him to death. And up to today, the Igbo leaders have never learned something. They have not learned anything. Nationalists have not favored the Igbos in Nigeria. Every time they're talking about we have property in the north, in the west, we also have property in Germany. We also have property in French countries. If we divide today, that does not mean the property we have in the north we are going to lose it. Never. I can also choose to live in the north and do my business there. That does not mean if I cannot buy land there and have a property. Our Igbo leaders have now attached themselves to personal wealth than the future freedom that will guarantee the future generation of Biafrans. Nationalists. This group of people are the people who are making all our effort to delay. They are the one bringing delay to our future expectation and what we're working for. Nationalists. End of the day, they became at the back of what they're fighting for. This must to be dealt with. There have been a problem and setback to our agitation and to our freedom. Igbo nationalists have to repent, have to change their way and think of the future. If you have property today, that property might take care of you as individual or your children. What of children after your children? Which plans do you have for them? Today, all those who have done nationalist mentality, where are they? Even today, Nigerian government have not set out a day to remember a man called Agi Ronsi, who tried to balance power in Nigeria, who brought Gowon and the other man from Taraba close to his cabinet. They killed him and they have never one day remembered him. Because of what? We forgot that charity begins at home. Igbo nationalists have forgot that charity begins at home. Look at the businesses we own all over Nigeria. Why haven't the eastern governors built a standard international market in their state of origin? We are complaining our property outside. What have the state governors done to make sure our people return home to boost the economy of the East? They could not, something that will not cost them anything. To build Alaba in Imo State will not cost the governor a big deal. Why haven't they done it? Because of nationalists. They are putting Nigeria first before the Igbo land. They are putting Nigeria first before Biafrans. At the end of the day, Nigeria will not even acknowledge their effort. Nationalists are the problem we are going through, and we must deal with them. This mentality, we must deal with them, or else it's a big challenge for us. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I was talking, my mic was not on. Thank you very much, and this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. I will not take any more call, please, and don't call again. There's something I want to say on this last caller. What you are calling nationalists, I don't see them as nationalists. They are Nigerianists. Nationalists are people like Mbono Jike, M.I. Okbara. These people that really care for their nations, because Nigeria is not our nation. Nigeria is a contraption. So these are not nationalists. I mean, Azikiwe is not a nationalist. They are Nigerianists. And all this group of politicians we are having today, they are Nigerianists. They are not nationalists. You understand? Nationalists are people that defense that are more concerned about your nation, and your nation is your ethnicity. That is the bitter truth. People like Tafawa Bello, Ahmad Bello, they are real nationalists because they believe on their nations, the Fulani nation. Whereas Zig is a Nigerianist. You understand? So that's it. You know, in order to draw the curtain, there is one news I want to read. It says, Imo farmers lament herdsmen invasion, destruction of crops. The same story all the time. Imo farmers lament herdsmen invasion, destruction of crops. Let me read it before I make my speech about it. He said, farmers and indigents of Obosa as a community in Ohaji Oboma Council area of Imo State yesterday lamented herdsmen invasion of their farmland and destruction of their crops by cattle. You go on. They sent a Save Our Souls, that is SOS message to the state government, security personnel and opinion leaders to intervene and save them from the assault. Chairman, Community Security Committee of the area, Monday Ahakbo, who spoke with the Guardian, lamented the level of destruction of the crops in their farmlands. He said, despite their reports to security personnel, their monarch, Eze Imaso, some government officials and headers who carry dangerous weapons again invaded their farmlands, causing havoc to their crops. Ahakbo listed the areas affected to include Aliocha and Umuekbe Obosa as kindreds, alerting that there was the likelihood that the communities would experience famine since the area constituted the food basket of the state. We are also sending an SOS message to the relevant authorities to come to our aid. You see, the herdsmen came in through the Adapam side with their cattle, destroying our crops in our farmland in Aliocha and Umegwe in Obosa as a community in Ohaji Oboma Council area of Imo State. We cannot fight them because they are carrying dangerous weapons. We have reported the matter, begging them to leave our farm. Oh God Almighty. We have reported the matter, begging them to leave our farmlands. You know the area is the food basket of the state. We have reported to our traditional ruler, Eze Ema Aso. Still they are destroying our crops. If you see the level of destruction, it is much. We have pleaded with them to stop destroying our crops, but still they are not listening. Governor Hope Uzodinma and all security personnel should come to our rescue. They are well armed and they have caused a lot of damage. There will likely be scarcity of food in the state and environs next year as a result of the invasion. When contacted, the police public relations officer, Imo State Command Orlando Ike Oku, said he was in a meeting with the Commissioner of Police, Isaac Akin-Yede, promising to return the call but did not do so at press time. Well, I read this in full so that you listeners will listen attentively and understand what I want to say. You know, when we talk about destruction of crops, farmers, it's just like burning of somebody's properties. It's just like burning of markets whereby people have their livelihood or make their livelihood. But why are the government or they are not taking it serious? Because they have nobody to care for them. Let me ask this with all honesty. Imagine, you know, Dangote is building a refinery in Lagos. Imagine some people or a section of group of Igbo boys went and put that place on fire, set the refinery ablaze, Dangote's refinery ablaze. Imagine. Because I want you to I want you to understand what it is, fairness and justice, and lack of it. Because you know, Dangote's refinery he is building, these people that have their farms and crops being destroyed, is the same thing. The way they cherish their crops is the way Dangote cherishes his investment, like this refinery. That is the reality. What this thing is, if imagine some group of Igbo boys go and set Dangote's refinery on fire, set it ablaze. Imagine the repercussion. There will be immediately bomb. They will set up Nigeria Airways, Nigeria Air Force, land, everything, sea. Once the target is Igbo boys do it, they will bomb, carpet bomb everywhere. Why I'm saying this is for people to understand that when you hear people's crops are being destroyed, imagine that it is your shop or your investment. Maybe you have a school, private school, and somebody went there and destroyed it. Or you built a hotel, somebody used bulldozer and went there and destroyed your hotel. It's exactly the same thing. But why they don't care? They contacted the police. In this case, the police state command, Imo State command. He is busy. Say no, I'm busy. I cannot return the call, please, because these things being destroyed belong to a set of people that are not important for them. Because Fulani is on mission. People don't understand. They are on secret mission. Miediala gave them this mission. Go into the south, mostly in southeast in Biafra land. Destroy their crops. Make them suffer hell. So destroy their crops and discourage them from famine, so that they will depend on goods coming from north for survival, so that we feed them and we control them, so that they will be disturbing their people abroad to send them money, because that is where it goes. Today, even I myself, if I call home, people are no more famine in my own home, in my own community. People are no more farming. They are no more interested in farming. You see, this one you will farm now, after the Fulani herdsmen, the cattle will come and destroy it. So they discourage people. People don't understand what we are, the mess we are in. People don't understand. They allow politicians, these criminals we call politicians, they are playing with our lives. Let me say it again. Imagine some Igbo boys go and set Dangote's refinery ablaze. Imagine what it will cost everywhere. Oh, these Igbos again. They are killed Nigeria. People will work. People that are supposed to have job. But you don't, these crops that are being destroyed, it is people's hard work. It will feed a chain of people. People are working and being paid directly and indirectly, because people will sell the produce and make direct and indirect benefits. It is the same, the way they cherish their farms and their crop, that is the same way Dangote is cherishing his investments. But people are not talking about it. Do you see the source of problems? we are having. There is no equity, lack of fairness and justice. And people want us to continue being like this. And they call the police, they say, no, who is calling? Please, I'm in a meeting, I don't have time first. And people's crops are being destroyed. Now, our people have been reduced into begging. They even beg the headers. What they learn from Ohanese, what they learn from the crop of politicians we have, begging. Let us beg them now whether we can survive. Begging. This is the sorry state we are in. I am saying this and I am reiterating on this. Until we become suicidal, listen, until we as a people become suicidal in our quest to right this wrong against us, know that there will be no headway. You know what it means to be suicidal? The way the Zionists became suicidal and say it is either we get it or all of us will die. Look at what happened to Ipob, or people who they call Ipob. And the little Hitler, who is an Igbo man, although he is no more an Igbo man, that is his, if we are talking it as if we are forcing him, but I'm making some analogy or analysis. Oh, things were destroyed. Now we have to call in military to kill. Here things are destroyed in Imo State. No governor, no police. They leave everybody to be helpless. Until when are our people going to be helpless? That is why we are urging each and every one of you to join in what we are doing. Until we become suicidal in what we are doing against this injustice, it will continue. Now they have reduced these people into begging. The same way Ohanese is begging. The same way now they went to the killer of his people and start praising him. That is the character they have imbibed or not. That is why I say good governance comes from the value system, the people's value system. But they are imposing. Nigeria is imposing us full and feudal system, whereby anything that you suffer as a conquered person, as a person under, you have to accept it. That is what they are imposing on us, and gradually we are accepting it. But thank God for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Ipob. Otherwise, I don't know what would have been our future. I'm telling you. Look at how this man, these people were crying. They don't know who to call. But there is one thing which we are lacking. To know is good, but to do is God. One thing I like the white people is, you see white people, there are things they have red line. Otherwise they carry law into their hand. People don't know white people. Maybe they are more crazy than blacks. That is why they progress. There are some things that they cannot allow. White people, in the case of white people, we build with this Ipob, or Haji, Eboma people, that their crops are destroyed. Before God and man, they will say, even if it's a family, they will say instead all of us will perish. They will make sure that they will kill those people. As far as the government is not coming to their rescue, they will organize themselves in a community. They know how to organize themselves quickly and fight with anything they can lay their hands on. Because if you don't fight, you become exterminated. That is what we lack as a people. Lack of organization. Every time we depend on, let us say, our traditional ruler. Youths in that area should bypass all these traditional rulers. And there comes again this problem of selfishness, sabotage. Because sabotage comes from selfishness. Because when they gather youths, all these traditional rulers and local politicians, they have their spies. They have their spies in the midst of the youths. They will come and tell them who is planning what. I know. And before you know, it's that time the TSS will come, military will come, everything will come now to start killing the people that are suffering. Do you see why we are doing what we are doing? Do you see why I say good governance according to people's values? In our own value, we don't destroy people's farms, people's properties. It is sacrilegious. It is a sacrilege to destroy somebody's property. Property including farm crops. It is anathema in our custom. But we watch helplessly. Foreigners are doing it, Fulani headsmen. There is no thunder and brimstone being brought upon them. But any day the people react one thing or the other, they will prescribe them that they are terrorists. Fulani, they are sets. They carry weapons. They are sets. Police were called, they say no, they don't have time. We have people that are so-called political elites in our land. That is why all these people, they don't represent us. They are being imposed on us. You see who President that is imposed as from number 4 to number 1? Fulani representative imposed by the Supreme Court. You see him that will talk against, they will give him order, shut up. Do you see what our people are suffering? Do you see we are suffering all these things because we are in one almighty mess called Nigeria? Where those people, the Fulani, they believe that once they are on top, that they have to kill you unless you bow down. As these people are begging them, they are happy. Yes, this is how heathen should do to them, infidels should do to them, begging them. Even they should impose tax on you to be paid. There is something they call that tax in Islamic language. Do you understand? They are creating artificial scarcity, discouraging people from farming in our land, and all of us are busy gossiping. Many of us, gossiping, talking about Nnamdi Kanu this, Nnamdi Kanu that. Now he's quiet, and nobody has come out to do his own, to talk. Do you see and understand why we are on the higher moral ground? Because what we are suffering, no rest in this world. What Biafrans, Igbos in particular, what we are suffering, no rest in this world, we endure it. But we have forces that are bringing us down, discouraging us, the forces of political elites, the forces from religious leaders, the forces of parents, different forces of saboteurs, because they have bought everybody. Do you see what bribe, selfishness can do to a nation? It kills a nation, it kills a race. Once you are humiliated with bribery, they will kill your people. You will only be, enough something inside you. You cannot do nothing because you have been bought, you have been converted, you have been humiliated. You cannot rise up again. As far as they bought you as a traditional ruler, you will be there. They are destroying the crops of your people. you become helpless. You watch, you can't say nothing because of your commitment, your greed, your gluttony. Imagine your investment, that your house that you cherish. Somebody, a group of people came and bring it down with bulldozer. How are you going to feel? But these people, their crops are being destroyed. They toiled for these crops. Maybe they borrowed, some of them borrowed money from the bank. They toiled, they hired workers to work on the farmland. And do you understand the scarcity of food that it will cost? But you are there, you are not talking about it. You only talk about it about as I'm reading it. Oh, people say, it's common now. Foreign headsmen, they are destroying everywhere. But is it normal? Is it normal? Remember NSAS protests. What they have been showing in Nigerian television, Nigerian social media, mainstream media is about destruction, how they destroyed, how Muslim destroyed, they destroy. They don't show the ones they do. It is the same thing about how the Fulani headsmen are destroying people's farmlands, farm crops. But there is no justice because there is no equity. Remember what you are preaching here. Just ponder deeply whether what you are saying is, are we talking for talking's sake? We are saying the reality. Unfortunately, this world, there is no more justice. No justice is a world of injustice. Only that you make yourself powerful. And how do you make yourself powerful? I mean, when I say yourself, I mean your nation, your people. You reject being used. You reject money being paid to you to betray your people. That is how you make your race powerful. So that when things are happening, you can mobilize people in the vicinity and say, no, this thing cannot happen. How can few Fulanis, they are destroying the crops of a whole village and people are begging them? Oh, they have dangerous weapons. Oh, this and that. And you people don't know how to do something. You people cannot, even spray something, do something, use your brain and do something so that those cows will know maybe in the next 24 hours or 48 hours, all of them will be dead. You don't do that. You are begging. It is a pity how a great race, they are bringing a great race down to its knees. It's a very big pity because of bad politics of our politicians. Right from Azikiwe. Because we continue hitting that is right from Azikiwe down to the good plotters, down to Agiros, the same mistake, and they are doing the same mistake today. There is something. That is bad politics. Somebody will tell me that during the time of Azikiwe, the force behind him, the British, this and that. But if they make you to be stealing money, you say no, I cannot steal. You should understand the repercussion of what you are doing as a learned, somebody with common sense. That is it. If they oblige you to do something, you understand where they are heading to. Now you take your precaution. You take another route and go back to your route. That is what they would have done, but they didn't do it. Today, everybody, we are suffering it. That is why they can impose somebody. They can impose as our political representatives. They can impose people as Ohanes and Debo. When they come, instead of doing something to the help of the people, they cause more harm, supporting our killers. People should understand that government should be afraid of the people in order to serve. Government should be afraid of the people in order to serve the people. In every Western world, Europe, America, Japan, every Western world, the government is afraid of the people. That is why the country is developing. But in a place whereby the government is more powerful than the people, because the government, the ruling people, the politicians are very few. The fate of millions will be in the hands of very few without checks and balances. No equilibrium. What do you think? If it is you, you will steal. The excesses of a human being, the excesses of human beings are regulated only through the law, through accountability, through making people pay. That is what regulates. It is not. That is why I say religion plays no role in Africa. It plays no single positive role in Africa, because they appeal to your, how many people they are appealing to your, how many decades appeal to your conscience. Don't steal. It's impossible. It's through law. If it is appealing to the conscience of people, even God wouldn't have made law for the Israelis. He would have appealed to the conscience of the Israelis and said, please remember, be good people, please. But he made the law so that there will be consequences for any breakage of that law. You die. Sometimes the law will say, if you do this, they bring you out. Once they testify, they stone you to death. It's a law, so that people fear that consequences. People don't fear their consciences. That is what the seat of the religion they bring to us. And now every time preaching, okay, please don't steal now. God say don't steal. Who tell you? Who is listening? How many people are listening? People will tell you, okay, let me steal after, let God kill me. If God is killing, why should Obasanjo be alive and Jerry dead at 73 only? Good people, good somebody very good. Do you know that Jerry Rollins, even of a lady, doesn't go with anybody? He goes one time, only him on the street directing traffic. Only him. No person shot him, because everybody love him. Most of the people love him. Because of Jerry Rollins is why you see Ghana cool today, because he killed most of the politicians that would have been that would have caused Ghana to, just like what Nigeria is passing. But look at inside Nigeria, all of them are still alive. All of them, go on, they are still alive. And you think that God will kill them. God will never kill them. If you cannot do what you're supposed to do, God will leave them. They will stay alive. So I don't believe on this appealing to your conscience. It doesn't matter. It serves nothing. What you go in your religious centers to learn, appealing to your conscience, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. What works is law. Law and the punishment of offense of the law. That is it. God showed us the example through the introduction of the 10 Commandments. If you do this, you die. People will bring you out and stone you to death. You die. Bang. So people will be afraid to die. That is why they don't do it. It's not because they love righteousness. No. People are forced to do right thing through the law. Do you understand that? But in Nigeria, politicians, they don't have conscience. You see religious clergymen preaching. Oh, these people, they don't have conscience. Oh, they don't have conscience. Let them do the right thing now. Who is going to do the right thing with conscience only? That is rubbish. Until people rise up as they, what, just like this NSAS protest. People rise, if the people rise up and pursue them, catch some of them, kill them. That is when they will see that, oh, these people, there is consequences for what we have done. Otherwise, look at Nigeria, just count them. They are, all of them, they are secretly working evil. Now, Baro in Nigeria, Babangida them, Abdusalam Abubakar, Obasanjo, all of them, all these old, even the ones you don't know, they are still there alive and kicking. Alive and kicking. Making people's lives miserable. But you don't know that. You don't know. So what am I trying to say? These people's crops, their livelihoods have gone. and no person, we people take it very light. But if they see, imagine it is Dangote's refinery being on flames. Hey, carry it everywhere. Do you see? Lack of equity and justice. Injustice everywhere. Because people of different value systems are being lumped up together in order to form a country that a foreigner or foreigners want them to be. Fulani headsmen, they believe that their crop as an infidel will be destroyed. So what concerns them? They don't have their feeling because they are on jihad. Do you know that it's part of jihadism? Do you know that? What the Fulani headsmen are doing is part of jihadism. It's part of jihad. They are fighting jihad. It is what they train them to do. They are doing. But you are there being a Nigerianist, you know. Oh, you want a good Nigeria, this and that. They are telling you to hell with your Nigeria. We are the owner of Nigeria, and you must be inside our pocket. That is why they come to our land, they destroy our things, and our people start begging them. If you react, they bring army, bring the police, everything, soldiers, even who will bring them? The governors, for them to continue being in the office. Instead of being with their people, telling their people the truth and say, this is enough. We should rise up and do something about it. They are not doing it. So we are in a very big mess that Ipob is trying to untangle. But all these people, even those that are those Ipob people, Biafrans, they are there fighting against what we are doing. And every day we read about Moses trying to separate a fight between two brothers, two Jewish, and one of them said, he want to kill me the way you killed an Egyptian yesterday. That is exactly the same thing. That thing made Moses to run away to another foreign land. That is exactly the same thing. Fighting your own brother, sabotaging the efforts to save you. It's sickening sometimes. I'm telling you, it's sickening. But I'm going to stop here. May God have mercy. But all these things will not go unchallenged. You know, I say all these things will not go unchallenged. We are reaching a time whereby all of us should join hands. We shall be suicidal in what we are doing. People don't understand what is suicidal. Kamikazes. You know, during the Second World War, when the American troops were advancing in the South Pacific Ocean, coming to the Japanese, now they said, look, we have to throw in everything. They started training the kamikaze pilots. They will load the single-seater plane with bombs. That is the origin of this suicide bombing. It originated from Japan. They train them. They know that they train them to go and die. Suicidal. When things are desperate, you take desperate actions. If our people continue drinking and singing in the midst of all this humiliation, there you know that really our people are slavish. They are slavish in nature. I'm telling you, this crop of youths. But until people start organizing themselves, not only crying and begging, even in the communities, there are things you can do. You know the area more than them. These people, no matter the arms they carry, you know the place. After all, people used to steal, even from a place in communities, in a place that is locked and heavily guarded. People still go there to steal. Why can't you use it in order to organize few people? Say we have to try something, otherwise these people need to teach them a lesson. They cannot come destroy our crops and we always cry. You call police, the police you are calling are their people. The governor you are shouting to save you is being imposed on you by the Fulani. So what are you going to do? As a human being, you have to respond to stimuli as a living thing. You have to do something. Instead of crying and begging every time, organize yourselves in groups of few. The Israelis, the Jewish, they did it. A time came, they organized three people. They don't organize themselves too many, just three people, so that they will not be saboteurs in them. They will know themselves. 2-3 people will go out and commit one thing to the enemy, and they will not know who did it. The result, the following day, result will be nothing. Everybody will keep quiet. That is how they inflict damages and casualties. That is guerrilla warfare. 2-3 people can plan one thing, and after all, our people did different things, even in school. Plan one local thing every time. You keep quiet after you do as if nothing. You and your friend, you and 2 or 3 friends. So in the night, you go out and do something and just come back and do as if nothing happened. Because we are in a war. You have to understand this. People coming from all the way from desert to come and destroy your farmland in your land, in your own land. Tomorrow they will say it in the news, a farmers headers clash. Do you see the lack of equity? Why? Because we are lumped together. People with different value systems are lumped together to be in one country. If we are not in one country, if there is a Republic of Biafra, these Fulani headsmen will not come. If they want to come to our land, we direct them on a ranch where they will go and sell their cattle without any person. We direct on how to do things, their business, conduct their businesses after, if they want to stay or go. That is it. If you also want to live in Arewa land, you go and respect their law. But we are in one Nigeria whereby you Fulani from Mali have the right to come to your land in Ohaji, destroy your farms, and you cry. And you cry, you start begging them. This is really sad. It's sad indeed. We are watching things unfolding in our eyes. How do you think that history will be written in the next 1500 years? If we don't take the normal step, the right step. History will write it that we failed. This crop of we failed, and they captured the Igbo race and turned the Igbo race into slaves. But God forbid, it will never happen. But if you join, we are doing the right thing as we are doing. History will remember us. That this war was going on, and the Fulani, they were fighting, trying to capture and enslave us through even the imposed rulers on us, political leaders on us, but the people refused and they liberated themselves. That is how history is going to talk about it, and it's going to be a thing of joy to our future generations reading it that time. They will be thanking us as Americans are thanking their founding fathers. You understand that? A world is sufficient for the wise. Let me stop here, and I urge each and every one of you to continue listening. Tomorrow is another day. From me, Maazi Jonathan, together with Maazi Jacob Embassy, I am saying it is good evening.
other savior. Holy, holy. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up.
Get it online on your mobile. This is IPOB Community Radio. Radio Biafra, the first and the last.
Good morning, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are on the face of this planet Earth. Once again, we welcome you to this live presentation this early morning. Today's date is the 28th day of October in the year of our Most High Elohim 2020. The time now is 4 minutes past 7 a.m. in the land of Biafra. And by the same number of minutes past the top of the hour, regardless of where you are domiciled. We are live and we are direct. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama is our Redeemer. We come to you this very morning with our gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of liberation, and a gospel of revolution. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the largest mass movement on the face of this very planet Earth right now, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB for short. I am also the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. And I also have a new role now, a servant of the brave youths of Nigeria. As it is customary for us to do on this platform, we are going to pray. And after our prayers, we shall delve into our lectures and our presentation this very morning, after which our lines will be opened and I will take some of your calls. As I welcome you this morning, welcome other people as well who are close to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you. And let us pray. When Yeshua was asked, Rabbi, teach us how to pray, he stood up, looked up towards the heavens, and gave every praise to the Most High, because even Jesus himself realized there is none like Elohim in heaven. Pray then like this, he said, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. And please lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. He said, that was the prayer of Jesus Christ to the Most High. When they asked him, teach us how to pray. And that was how he prayed. Every adoration belongs to God Almighty in heaven. Every glory is His. And we are maintaining that tradition, the tradition of the ancients, here this very morning by praying accordingly to God Almighty in heaven, as even Jesus Christ Himself did. We are live and we are direct. And God is in heaven presiding, and mankind is on this very earth, even bearing us witness. I got up this morning to this very news. I didn't quite know if I'm to believe it or not. But apparently it is believable. It is true. Leave IPOB alone and go after headsmen killing people in River State. Chibika Mechi tells Yesom Wike. These are two Igbo men in Igbo, which is Igbo territory, Igbo land. Both of them have spent years serving the Fulani Janjaweed in the north, as it is now customary for most of our political leaders to do. One of them was responsible for bringing into power an aging, diseased, brutal tyrant. Chibika Mechi used the money belonging to River State to bring in Buhari into power. The other one, we are told, was fighting the Fulani Janjaweed by mouth in the open on television. But in actual fact, he is a worse slave than Chibika Mechi. At least Chibika Mechi speaks his mind. I respect him for that. He is not seeking to be politically correct. I don't know if it is as an act of repentance or political expediency, but recently he appears to be making a lot of sense. Or maybe because he knows his master Buhari is dead long time ago. Leave IPOB alone. If they tell you in this world that Chibika Mechi will rise up, of course, I'm not saying to speak in favor of IPOB, but to offer what I call a common sense solution to the madness that is Yesom Wike, I won't believe it. Over the years, we have been on this very platform, shredding and letting the whole world know what an evil, terrible beast Chibika Mechi is for financing the campaign of Buhari in 2015 and ever since. We have been here defending Wike. I defended Wike. I campaigned for him in 2015. We campaigned for him in 2019. IPOB family in Igbo, we came out and we voted for him. We queued up to make sure that we defended his mandate. And some IPOB family members were lost in the process of defending Wike's mandate. Today, Wike has turned to our oppressors and has now become the oppressor of the people of Biafra. And the man we thought was the reincarnation of Janjaweedism in our land appears to be making a little bit of sense. Leave IPOB alone. The former governor of River State, Chibika Mechi, an Igbo man, Chibike Amechi, Igbo man, IGBO, has faulted the order issued by he's not a governor, Yesom Wike, an Igbo man, but now a full-time Fulani slave, even worse than Amechi. Leave IPOB alone. Chibike Amechi has faulted the order issued by Wike against family members of the indigenous people of Biafra in Iguacha, which they call Port Harcourt and River State. River State. What a useless, ridiculous name. Given to them by Gowon. Given to them by Gowon, courtesy of the British. To take away our original name, to confuse us and to deceive us. Iguacha is now Port Harcourt, named after a white child rapist. An English child rapist. Viscount Harcourt. A child rapist. He rapes children. He died alone and a disgrace. The name that you're bearing, Port Harcourt, is the name that is cursed in England. Because his favorite is little boys. He likes to rape little boys between the ages of 6 and 14. That is the name you're answering. Port Harcourt. These UG black people, as idiotic as ever. A name that is not in England. A name that brings derision. A name that when you mention it in the royal courts in England, people will think you're insane. That is the name you're answering. Port Harcourt. The name of a pedophile. A pedophile. A diseased, a mentally unstable pedophile. That is the name you're answering. Port Harcourt. Rivers. What does it mean in Ogoni language? Nobody knows. What does it mean in Ijaw language? Do you know? What does it mean in Igbo language? Nothing. I hope you're following. Port Harcourt. What is there in a name? You may ask. No wonder they produce one idiotic governor to the other serving the Fulani Janjaweed. Because of the name they have agreed to answer. The name Rivers was given to you by Gowon on the advice of the British. The name of the place is Iguacha, and as soon as Biafra is restored, that will be the name. Iguacha, that is the name. There is Igwenga, Opobo, and Iguacha, which is Port Harcourt. For your information, if you don't know, go and research it. These are Igbo territories. And so shall it be forever and ever. Fulani can try all they like. You can replace one idiotic governor with another. That is the name is going to bear. Igwenga will be restored, and Iguacha will be restored. That is the name. Wike on Monday charged the 23 local government chairmen and youths in the state to fish out IPOB family members. The idiot doesn't know that the local government chairmen and the youths in the state are also IPOB. He doesn't even know that he himself is an indigenous person of Biafra, making him also IPOB because he wants to impress the Fulani so that Tambuwal can pick him as vice presidential candidate. Chibike Amechi is the Minister of Transport. He faulted Wike's actions when he spoke in Abuja yesterday. He asked the governor to focus on the real problem in Iguacha, and leave IPOB alone. Do you know what Chibika Meji, who is a full-time Fulani servant, said? You know, sometimes they come to their senses. This was the man who only last week said that the so-called South-South and South-East should come together as one. People are coming back to their senses. But instead, Daily Trust, that is a Fulani newspaper, and some ethnic jingoists in Yoruba land, like Femi Falana, and some perennial idiots and slaves in the east, like Nyawodo, they ganged up to encourage Nyesom Wike to make a complete and total fool of himself. Let me tell you what Chibika Mechi said in his own words. It is very funny that Wike has decided to leave his administrative works to arrest and kill innocent people of Obibo in River State. Innocent people of Obibo he is killing in River State. What have Wike done for Obibo people since he took over as governor of River State? A question I would like Wike to answer. The little Hitler. You know, I hate Igbo governors. From Ifeanyi Okowa to Ibazu to Wike. They are all Igbo. Delta, Rivers, Abia, Ebonyi, Imo, Anambra, Enugu, even Cross River. They are all Igbo, IGBO, Makadi Amama, Igbo. But now, this very day, because of the animosity and the venom in the voice and face of Wike, because Wike wants to bring division into our land, the Southeast governors were very hopeless. At least they said they have proscribed IPOB. They never asked anybody to go after their own brothers or their own sisters. What Wike is saying is that a brother can go after a brother, a sister can go after a sister, but meanwhile Fulani is busy raping, pillaging, and killing our people. Wike, what have you done for Obibo? And you know the funniest thing? A few days ago, when the madman Wike was making the noise that we have now come to expect him to make all the time when he's serving his masters, his Janjaweed masters, he referred to Obibo as Oyibo, O-Y, instead of O-B. And he is an Igbo man. Ikwere people are Igbo people. And they know it. Everybody knows it. But because of abandoned property in Igbocha, because of the same thing that the Fulani did to their own, oh my God, these people are evil. Fulani came and wanted to divide us, the same thing that Wike is now doing today. Fulani said to Igbo people in Igbocha, take your brother's property from Anambra, from Abia, from Ebonyi, from Enugu, from Delta. Take their properties in Igbocha. Tell them you are not Igbo, that you're Igbo, and we will defend you. We must learn this morning. The people, now listen very carefully please. The person who was instrumental to that abandoned property regime in Igbocha is an Ogoni man. And believe it or not, Ogoni people are not distinct as some of them claim to be. Ogoni is also an Igbo clan, the same way you have Ongwa today. It's how you have Ogoni. They are Igbo people. The same way you have Ongwa as a clan, Ngwa is the biggest clan you have in Biafra land, the biggest Igbo clan. Ngwa started all the way from Montana and to Igbocha to Okwa. Okwa is called Okwangwa. Okwa is Ngwa land. The same way you have what's it called? Ogoni land. Ogoni. And do you know the funniest thing? I want to give people the history of the confusion in the so-called River State and the stupidity of some people. Based on what Chibike Amechi said. This history, I kept giving this lecture over the years until Igbo people realize that indeed they are Igbo after all. Now listen very carefully. Who created abandoned property? A man called Ken Serwiwa, who is today, he died a freedom fighter, and we commend that. But you know me, I always tell you the truth. It may be very bitter, but it is the truth, and I will preach it. There is something some of you do not know.